Welcome back, guys, and welcome to my newsroom. This video I'm super excited because one thing, I was up against the one and only trainer tips in my PvP battles in Go Battle League, Open Go Battle League, and I was analyzing the one and only Staraptor. And I know I was working on Leavanny, but you guys not gonna believe what happened. So I'm in my lab, minding my own business, working on Leavanny, electing its right moveset for Premier Cup, and just moving them around, analyzing which one is better, and then adding in the rare candies, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, crashed through the window, and it was the one and only Staraptor. Literally crashed through our window and knocked out Leavanny, put it out of commission, so we can't even use it today, so I had no choice to use it for Premier Cup. So I did. So guys, let's get started and let's talk about this new team, new spicy team that have beaten the one and only, one of the most amazing content creators, Nick from Trainer Tips. So guys, let's get started. Team today is in Lead, the one and only, this little troublemaker who basically kicked out Leavanny and broke my lab, the one and only Staraptor. That's right, in Lead. I'm using it with basically regular wing attack, of course, as a fast move. Don't use quick attack, it's just useless. And then I'm using the one and only close combat, which is awesome because nobody expected. And it's literally one-shots and Magnezone, like one-shots. And it's almost anything, like the normal and so many other Pokemon, so it's awesome. Nobody expects it, which is awesome. And then of course I have Brave Bird, which is another tanky move. So this is like a glass cannon, because it throws really hard-hitting moves and then you have to swap out. So similar aggressive play, like when you play with my favorite Wolverine, Cat Wolverine, Berserker, with the close combat. So that's the style that you're doing, except it's not as tanky as Wolverine, and Wolverine himself is not as tanky anyways, so it's a little bit more classic. And then in the back I have the one and only, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I have a clone version of it, Charizard, with Blast Burn. Oh, and I am, for the Community Day event, I'm super excited to get the Charizard with Dragon Breath. Oh my god, that would be so amazing. Anyways, and then I also have to clean up the mess, Swampert, Switch I should say. So Swampert, I have never played in my life with Swampert, so this is my first attempt to play with Swampert. Let's get to battle. Alright, so I'm leading Mr. Raptor right into Venusaur. So I never played with Staraptor, so I have no idea if this is good or bad, but it seems like it's pretty good. However, I'm pretty sure that Fancy Plant hits Staraptor like a cannon. So I'm just gonna shield this up because and it's a Sludge Bomb, which is really bad for normal type Pokemon anyways. So alright, so we're able to work up to 2 close combats, so I'm gonna throw both of them, hopefully get a shield, or Muck getting pretty low. So here comes the first, that was awesome, here comes the second. And most people don't know that it has close combat, which is awesome. Oh, it literally one-shots the Magnezone, guys. That was so awesome. I did another set and I one-shotted 2 Magnezones back to back in 2 different, literally right up front, just out, and they quit. So that was pretty awesome. Anyways, oh, and I have a Swampert. So this is my very first time ever I'm using Swampert. Literally, I had never used Swampert in my life, so I'm testing it out and I don't know how much damage it can take and all those things. So I'm literally experiencing it the very first time, as you guys can see. That I wasn't as good with it, but that was literally my very first time. The only Pokemon I have played here before is Charizard. So both Staraptor and Swampert is my very first test. So this is very good for us. We can tank whatever it throws us, but I'm gonna shield it because the Sludge Bomb would have hurt. So, and I wanna just keep my Charizard up because I can farm down on energy, and Charizard it just quits, of course, because he probably had a Metal, maybe Escavalier in the back, which is very common nowadays. So, and no shields. So that makes sense that he just basically quit at that point, and which happened pretty often. Charizard is really amazing, and now that Venusaur is everywhere, guys, it's pretty cool to have a Charizard. And you know what I want to try? You guys know what I'm gonna say? Victini. Yeah, I really want to bring in Victini to Ultra, but I'm not going to because Ultra is almost over. But if we could get like another Victini, I would love to have one for Ultra and one for the Great League. But oh, look at that Shadow Swampert right into Staraptor. So right now the only thing is that Staraptor hits really heavy, but both of the moveset that I have is debuffing me. So I don't want to switch out just yet. What I was thinking is to move up to 2. So right now I'm just gonna let one hit, let's see how much it does, and it does a lot of damage. So I'm gonna farm to 2 close combats and throw both, because that should take care of a Shadow Swampert, I was thinking. So there goes one, and then here goes the second one, perfect. And then now we're gonna swap out on the charge move. At least that's the plan. And alright, so he's shieldless. So I'm bringing my own Swampert. And you know what I was thinking? Shadow Swampert, let's see how much damage it does. And it does a lot, half of its health. I was like, wow, Shadow Swampert is pretty strong, guys. But how much I can do to a Shadow Swampert, right? Because his defense is debuff, basically. So, alright, perfect. So probably about the same. So that's good. This is not good, but this is okay because we can do some chip damage. And then, guess what? What we have in the back. So Venusaur, again, like, you know guys, isn't that crazy how many Venusaurs we have been facing? Venusaur is everywhere. But I'm not bringing in because I wanted to drag out their Charizard. I knew that they have something like that back that is not good for my Charizard. So that's why I brought in my own Charizard. So this will work out perfect for us. So we're gonna shield. He's definitely throwing a Blast Burn. Yep. Most people do that right up front. So I'm throwing a Blast Burn back as well because he has no shields. So there's no point not throwing a Blast Burn. And then I should be able to farm it down. Because he's probably gonna go for another Blast Burn, which is still fine, guys. We're gonna survive. Yeah, perfect. And then farm it down completely. And then now we have ready to go Blast Burn for that Venusaur, which will one-shot it no matter what. So that was good game 2. So Staraptor haven't shined as much, except it did, because it did take out 2 shields of a Swampert very quickly, which is pretty awesome. So, and I would just wish, I didn't want to, because the other one I did it actually better on my sets, but I always want to show you when I use a new team the very first, so you guys see what I'm doing and how I'm figuring it out, how I'm playing. Because I think it's way better when you practice a team and then you're like, alright, so this is what I practiced. I think this is better when it's like I'm practicing live with you guys as the first set. And then if the team works out really good and I really like it, then yes, I'm gonna practice it and do another video on it. But when I'm just testing on a new team, I just like to share the very first match, very first set that I ever do. So here's the thing. So for this team, that actual Walmart Giratina right there is not good. So I also didn't know that Swampert is not gonna do very well against Gyarados, which now I learned. Yeah, because Gyarados hits way heavier and the Dragon Breath damage is also doing a lot to it. So look how much hit Aqua Tail. The Aqua Tail is doing pretty good amount of chip damage on that, on that Swampert. But I'm gonna throw an Earthquake, and they never shield on Snorlax, so I always recommend to throw the big moves first. So there we go. It's more than half of his health is gone, and basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to shield because I can throw another Hydro Canyon because I know I can beat Snorlax to that, so at least more chip damage. I mean, not even chip damage, I think from this range it should take it out, right? If it doesn't shield. Oh, almost. He's gonna able to take me out, which is fine because we will have energy to come in and farm just a little. So we got a little ahead, which makes a huge difference, but we don't know what's in the back. So I'm just gonna bring in the Staraptor to see what they bring in. And it's Gyarados coming back, and we just can't get to that attack. That would have been great if we are, but we are not able to. And now this is not good because the Aqua Tail is gonna hurt so much because we, double. Oh, and then we should be able to farm down from here. Wow, look at that! How lucky that guy got. Oh my God, we couldn't farm down. So close. That's gonna hurt. Yep, that's a lot. And he still has a shield. And no way. And he has. Wow, that game was so close. That we just messed up. We shouldn't run in Swampert into Gyarados. We should have just played it out and then come in. But we learned the first time. But yeah, he had an Escavalier in the back. We should have won that match, or capped basically the shield for Charizard, and Charizard would have won that match. But or if we just farm it down, just one more little tiny health. If Staraptor would have stayed in and not shield, stayed in. Oh, and again a Gyarados, back to back. Back to back. That's just really bad. So we're trying to, alright, let's see how we play this out. Change on a charge move instead of using shield. That's what I decided this time. And then look at that Aqua Tail is doing really good chip damage. So, and then the Dragon Breath, of course, is just like farming us down basically. So this is not good. If he shields, he wins this, and I don't want to use a shield because I know it's just no point. He's gonna farm us down on Dragon Breath anyways. So I'm just gonna throw of course, the Hydro Canyon. But it's not gonna do much, and I'm not gonna be able to get another one. But if I would have shielded, I would have been able to, but nah, it's okay. And then now we're gonna come in, and right away he already has another one. So this Gyarados is really not good for my team. So after this match, I think I do a little change to the team, because I'm like, what the hell with all these Gyarados? What happened with Venusaurs? I want Venusaurs. But we couldn't farm it down, so close. But now we're gonna have to farm it down. Perfect, and we should be able to. We have 2 attacks ready to go, but he has 2 shields. But this is what Staraptor is good at. So to take, and I should have clicked the double, whatchamacallit, But it is work out, because look at how much health it took down. We should be able to farm down, but he comes in with his own Charizard with 2 shields. So this is not a good situation again, so we have to literally just throw Dragon Claws in hopes that he shields each one of them. Perfect, there goes one. And then we farm up a little bit so he thinks it's not a Dragon Claw, but he has to throw one Blast Burn. Definitely we will survive it. But now we have enough energy, he probably thinks it's a Blast Burn, so let's hope he shields it. And no, he did not, so that's not good. But we're gonna go to another Dragon Claw, but we're just so low on health. And he shields that one, which is alright. But the only problem is we're so close to getting to it. If we would have got to it, it would have been perfect because we had one attack to go. We would have won this match again. This so close, guys. It was super close. And then now, of course, Mog comes back and we're almost able to farm it down, but he has one ready. And so this match was super close, guys. Like, again. But I messed it up with the Gyarados lineup. So after this, I make a little change, I believe. Because I just did not like that the Gyarados could just put so much. And I don't know how to play with Swampert just yet. This was, like I said, my first time, so I wasn't very comfortable. So I was like, alright, let's bring back that Goon. Because with the Goon, I know exactly what to do, how much I can take, and all that kind of stuff. So next matchup is against, look at that, Trainer Tip Nick. So that's the one and only Trainer Tips. He's one of the highest rated content creators for Pokemon Go. And with the most followers, millions of followers. And that was, he has a Shadow Machamp, and what a spicy team right there, right? But we're gonna tank this, because I know I can survive a Weather Ball, and swap out right away, and bring in the Goon. Good thing we have the Goon. If we wouldn't swapped it out, that would have been bad for us. So this is perfect. This is almost gonna one-shot, even though it's a horrible move, Crush Chop, yep, because of ice. Well, I mean, what I meant is from that distance. It's doing lots of damage, even though it's Crush Chop. And then we survive a Weather Ball, and we're just gonna farm down. Perfect. We still have both shields. Nick, let's see, brings in wise move. I should have thrown a Crush Chop, by the way. But I thought maybe I get a boost, and then I got one additional attack, so that's doing more to it. But it didn't work out. So now we're gonna bring in the one and only, and close combat away, because there is no point to, you know, just use my move right now. And he shields it. Okay, perfect. We got rid of one shield, and now we bring in Charizard. So we should be able to farm down. We're just gonna have to shield because you have to respect that he does have access. It's just a bait, but he does have access to Rock Slide, and he's gonna throw it right now. I guarantee you, but there's no other option for him to win this match. But if he lands a Rock Slide, so I had to shield that. And then what he has in the back, and that's a Bronzong. All right, guys, we won this, and we have two Blast Burns ready. So even if he shields one, we can throw the other one, but he doesn't. He thought it's just a bait, and we won that match. That was awesome. So yeah, in this video, so the finishing thoughts on Staraptor, if I say it right? But it's really cool if you have good matchups against it, but then every Pokemon is really cool. But what is cool about it is that it can really take out almost anything, but you know, the normal types, the what you call it, even almost Mach one-shotted it with the Brave Bird. So Brave Bird and the close combat, especially when you have two, is really lethal. You can take out anything if they don't shield it, and especially the manual ones. So when you face a Magnezone, it becomes a really amazing matchup because most people don't shield. But do I recommend it? If you want a spicy team, yes. You just need to make sure that basically, again, treat it similar to Gengar because it's hard hitting but have no, what do you call it, tankiness. So it's very glassy. But it's fun to play because if you face a Snorlax, you basically resisting the moves, even though Body Slam does a pretty good amount of damage. But again, you can farm down and basically beat a Snorlax with a double close combat, or even just one and just swap and then farm down with the next. So it has really good movesets and it's really cheap. It's from Starly. I mean, it's 12. It costs 12 candy to evolve it, and then it costs, I think, what is it, 50? Or maybe it was 100. But either way, Starlys are everywhere, guys. And I just built one because it's so cheap, and it's 10,000 Stardust to unlock a second move. So I was like, yeah, let's just test this out, and not to mention just fly through my lab, right? So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow finally for that Leavanny.